All right, what's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? So I'm gonna pick up a story time that I'm talking about on TikTok about the guy that I told you guys about, but didn't tell TikTok about that entire video. So you should probably follow me on both channels to kind of catch up on content. I know it's kind of annoying when people repost the exact same thing on platforms, so you feel like you don't need to go and watch the other stuff, but I think you need to go to TikTok because TikTok is in real time. We are doing a get ready with me, and I'm gonna do my makeup with you. Try to do it under 10 minutes, but y'all know I'll be talking too much. So let's now introduce our TikTok fam. Hey TikTok, what's up, you guys? We are gonna pick up where we left off when it came to the part 2 of this guy will never forget what he did to me. Okay, so basically what I was saying in that video is that please let me clear my throat. Woo! Basically what I was saying in that video is that this is finally finished. What I was saying in that video is that he came by the house or whatever because he wanted to, talk, and we were going to talk. And then he's like, you know what? Like, come on, let's go on a vacation together. Like, let's go and spend some time and relax and just be like, whatever. That wasn't what motivated me. What motivated me was when he said, let's go to Kisumu. When I heard that, I heard, I have been wanting to go to Kisumu since my ex-best friend uninvited me to her wedding that was in Kisumu. And I was like, told Kisumu is such an amazing place. So I'm like, shit, I might not like this man, but I think I can definitely ride to Kisumu with him. Pause. Where are they? Hold on, hold please. All right, press play. I had to get these. So I was like, I gotta go to Kisumu. And traveling in Nairobi is not easy. You have to hire drivers and stuff like that. It's long distances. Not everybody knows all of the roads. You can't just decide today you want somebody to drive you to Machakos or whatever. They gotta know the area. Even when we were coming back, we were stopped by police for my insurance. And I didn't experience that when I was going. So anyways, I was like, oh my God, I'm about to go to Kisumu. Hey. And then I was telling my house girl, because she was here, and I was like, girl, I'm only going to go if you go. If you think it's a bad idea, like, we don't have to go. If you think it's going to be fine, then let's go. Oh my God, I got to clean these eyebrows off. I made a mistake, guys. Never actually put oil on your eyebrows. It makes it so much harder for the product to go on your eyebrows. Who am I? Just a girl. Is there some alcohol? I don't have alcohol. Gosh, guys, these 10 minutes are going to be some seriously long 10 minutes. What could I use to remove this oil off my face? Now let's try again. So little, oh God. I gotta fix this, guys, sorry. Girl, I almost did all of my makeup without you. I had to do those brows inside of the bathroom because I would have spent 5 minutes just talking about nothing and trying to think about my brows. So we just, look, this is what we look like. So anyways, I was like, okay, cool. I am going to go to Kisumu. We're going to get there. We're going to have fun. I'm going to bring my house girl. And because she's going to be there, nothing crazy can happen because she's going to be more responsible than I am. She doesn't drink. I trust her and we will have a good time. So I was like, let's go and get your daughter. And we just all have like a family vacation. She's never been to Kisumu either. And like, who would pass up an opportunity for a free vacation? Girl, I wouldn't. I'd have been like, we're gonna leave him on the side of the road before we say no. So we going on this trip, and I'm telling you what, I'm getting irritated with my house manager because he is talking to her in Swahili. I have one rule when people are around me, especially if I pay you or you know me, don't speak Swahili in front of me because you're only outcasting me in a space where I'm supposed to be included, and I don't like it. I get it's difficult sometimes for people to like code change and to remember like, oh, we forgot she's here. So we're gonna, let's try. But guys, you guys can actually speak my language. I cannot speak your language. And this thing of like, well, you need to learn. Well, I'm not learning today. I'm not learning tomorrow. And I sure as hell ain't learning next week. So if we here today, just know you're going to have to speak English. And it's just polite. It's just polite to include the people around you, especially if like they're your friends. So he is intentionally talking to her in Swahili, knowing I hate it. And she is unknowingly responding back in Swahili. Now I'm getting mad at her, and I'm like, what the? And so then I'm like, oh, stop that. So when I start to see me and her was fighting, I was like, oh, no. Something is already happening, because her and I do not argue. We absolutely do not argue. She just goes, whatever, Charity, what do you want? She just doesn't, she's not that kind of a person. So I started to realize, guy, he's already affecting her. And I'm telling her, like, look, oh, you got to make sure that you don't get manipulated by this man. That would prove to be a statement she did not listen to. So we going on a trip. And like, I don't know why his kid was crying. I can't remember that part. But what he did afterwards shocked me. We had to stop the car. Allegedly the kid was throwing up. And we're trying to change the kid because, oh, pause, he had me pack my son's clothes for his kid. He had me pack, and I was like, okay, whatever, I guess. But I'm a Looney Tune. Because why would I be packing my clothes for another woman's chick or another man's baby? But none of this made sense. But sometimes I'm so nice that I just be in my own la la land. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, when he asked me, I was like, but they don't even wear the same size. They're not the same age. He was like, they do wear the same size. And he would know because he took me to go and get my son's clothes from Toy Market. I'm like, you know what, whatever. So I pack a few extra clothes, and he packs nothing except in his backpack his own things, beginning of selfishness number 101. And as we're going on the trip, I'm realizing, like, as his kid is here, I've only got an extra mouth to feed. And plus, I'm paying for Olivia, and I'm paying for her daughter, my son, everybody, And I'm just sitting here like, oh, I didn't think about this. So we're going. And when we get to Kisumu, we really didn't have a place to stay, but somebody was helping us find a place. That somebody we thought was like an agent or something. It turned out to be one of his family members, who I will respect in this video because they were kind enough to help us get out of Kisumu. Okay, but that family member did not want to help us because they were already part of the first lap of drama in our situationship. And he's just like, you leave her alone and she leave you alone. But more importantly, you stop stealing from this person. So we get there, we get the place. I didn't know all of that. I thought he had like an agent or something like that that was working it out. So we get in, we check in. And of course, like, I'm telling him, like, all of this drama, all of this stuff, like, I don't know what you're going to do, but you can't stay here. Like, you can't stay here with us. One, it's not enough space. Two, like, this is crazy. Okay? So he gets mad and he's like, well, you know what? I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to go and stay at my family's. I was like, okay, well, that's fine. But he's like, I'm not taking your car. I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting you to take my car. So now I'm downstairs at the bar, and like, rewind. He is downstairs at the bar drinking Tuskers or whatever. I'm upstairs, and we look out the window, and we're like, he's down there drinking beer. I'm like, I thought he has no money. And I was like, I'm going to go make sure he pays that bill. I go downstairs, and I was like, make sure he pays his bill. I'm telling that girl, make sure he pays his bill. She's like, okay. I'm standing there watching him pay this bill. Okay, I said, make sure he pays his bill. Make sure he pays his bill. And here he is twiddling his fingers. What's the M-Pesa? What's the M-Pesa? Oh, till, okay, give me the bill, huh? Then the girl gave me my bill. And as we're walking to the room, I was like, you know what? Give Olivia this bill and come back down and have a drink with me. So he came back down, and I had bought him a beer because I was proud that he paid for his beers. Isn't that crazy? We are rewarding stupidity. And then I go back upstairs, and I said, Olivia, did you pay those bills? She was like, yeah. I said, where is he? She goes, what do you mean? Guys, I'm skipping. I am not storytelling well right now. I have to rewind. Please, listen to me again. Okay, I have to rewind. Just remember this. I know you probably need to hear it twice anyways. We get to the hotel, and we're doing what you see inside of the TikTok video. Playing in the pool, doing this and this and that. He gets mad because I went to go and hang out with these LBGT girls. And I was like, I'd rather swim with them than swim with you. So I swam with him for like 1 second or whatever. But for the most part, I was just there with them, asking them how they got here, what's their story time, telling them my story time. And he was offended by that because I was like, this is my ex. And this is, like, I'm telling them everything. He's so offended by it. But I'm like, well, I don't care. So then I think he starts to get more and more upset. And then when I tell him, like, you also can't stay here, he gets more and more upset. So when it's time to cook dinner, we tell him, can you go into the supermarket and get some groceries? So he was like, okay. So then he starts to leave, and Olivia sends him 1,500 shillings. I said, Olivia, rule number 1 was to never send this man money. Send it directly to the till. Olivia got caught up. So now it's like 3 hours going by. And I was like, where is this guy at? I was like freaking out. And I'm calling him and I'm like, bring your behind here. Mind you, I'm on a vacation with somebody who has me blocked. On the vacation. Coconut head mistake number 1. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And then he's like, I'm at the gas station. I'm getting the car washed. He literally shows us the video of the gas station. And I'm thinking to myself, with what money? So he comes back and I was like, show me the M-Pesa messages for everything you spent for that amount of money. And he was like, it added up, but I was like, what about the car wash? He was like, no, I paid that with my own money. We will later find out that that car was never washed, but he was in fact at a car wash. In fact, at a car wash. So Olivia starts to cook the food and he's telling her, cook big ugali, make big food. I'm really, really hungry. You know, this is what he wanted to eat. We already had arguments about how I'm not feeding him, how he drove this far and I'm not even willing to give him ugali, all this stuff, okay? Because the man feels like I owe him for a vacation he decided to go on. So now, Olivia's cooking the stuff. I'm downstairs and now we get back to the part where I was telling you about the bar. Are you with me? If you're with me, just put in the comments that you caught up with everything, okay? So now we're at the moment at the bar where he is down there and I run down there and I'm like, I gotta go make sure he pays his bill. So then, why do hotels expect, how you gonna put the bill on me? So now I go downstairs, I make sure he pays the bill. I ask the girl, like, girl, you sure he paid that bill? He twiddling his fingers, He go upstairs acting like he gonna, give Olivia the bills, come back down. He drinks the last beer with me. He goes back upstairs. When he came back from the grocery store, I saw what he was doing and I told Olivia, I said, hide those keys. Hide those keys. Olivia claimed to have hid them clearly in plain sight because he found them. He walked downstairs quietly after he drank his second beer, which I bought out of kindness. And for kindness, he pays me by escaping with my car keys. For him to go all the way upstairs, Olivia is cooking food, sneak out with his kid, meaning he has to pass Olivia, go all the way down the stairs. His kid makes no noise, walks right past me. I'm at the lounge, but there's a covering. Walks right past me like this, gets in the car, and phone switched off. Everybody's blocked. So now this wonderful trip of us supposed to be in Kisumu has now turned into a search party and a discovery of how we're actually going to leave Kisumu, especially when even the house keys are inside of the car. He decides he's not going to answer the phone. He switches his phone completely off and blocks all of us. And me and Olivia are just like, what are we going to do? So now this idea of traveling around to see Kisumu has now become a little prison cell. Okay, a very expensive one at that. He, in his head, felt like he was going to punish me for making him feel like less of a man, for constantly emasculating him because I won't buy his kid a toy who's crying like I don't even know what. Why would I buy your kid a $1,000 toy and even me, I won't buy my own kid a $1,000 toy, 1,000 shilling toy. Guys, this story is all over the place. So he is feeling like I'm emasculating him because I don't make him feel like more of a man when his pockets is the reason why he's not a man. It's not my job to make you feel like a man. Let's do eyeshadow. I ain't even picked the eyeshadow. Child, these are the outfits that we wear. You see here? Look in the back and try to figure out which one we should wear. But depending, I'm trying to go with the chocolate because it's like really sexy. But I feel like black is just going to look better and it's more modest. We probably might just skip the eyeshadow, okay? I might just have to give you the final look and then finish the video at the end. So now, I'm gonna skip the eyeshadow though, so I can still show you what I'm doing. So now, here we are in Kisumu, and we don't have a car, which means it's going to increase my expenses to Uber and to do all of these things, and we're absolutely limited on where we can go. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, what the are we gonna do? Now I done brought her out here. I done brought these kids out here, and I'm still responsible for their enjoyment. Okay. We ended up having some fun. Maybe I should stop here for TikTok at least. We ended up having fun and making the best of it because there was nothing else that we could do. And we went out to this spot. Girl, I don't know what it's called, but we went out to this spot. And when I tell you the men in Kisumu, you luos, you the trayas. We was in that thing like, dang, this place. Kisumu is nice. That's all I gotta say. Kisumu is nice. It was just so, people are so chilled. The men are like dark. I love a dark man. They make me look light skinned, okay? The men are dark, they're clean, they're fashionable, they smell good, they walk like, and I was just like, why I didn't pack no makeup? And because I ain't had time because old Busta Rhyme was rushing us, okay? So we had so much fun that day, but we were still tripping because we did not know where this man is at. He has not contacted us in over 24 hours, and we don't know what we're going to do the next day because we're supposed to be heading back to Nairobi.
Mom, I feel hungry.
You feel hungry?
Yes.
Go finish your smoothie and I'll give you pizza.
Oh.
Close the door, please.
Okay.
So now we go out and girl, you're gonna have to go on TikTok for that part. So we have fun. We had a good time at that place, and we went back to the hotel. We went swimming. We had some drinks by the pool.
I ate which one?
Huh?
I ate which one?
Yours.
Hi.
Don't even try to touch my mango smoothie. Always want to eat what I eat. So we had fun, girl. It was fun. Like those men, and them men got money. I told this tenderoni, this cute little tenderoni, I told him, I said, I'm going to go over there and sit down with you, and you're going to buy me a drink. And when this drink is over, we done talking. And I drink fast, so I hope you talk fast. He was like, ooh. I was like, I ain't never said something like that to a man before in my life. It felt so good for a man to just want to, yes?
You put this for me.
Huh? What's that?
That's food.
What's that?
That one is...
No, you're eating pizza. Put that back, please. Okay. I told you smoothie. So I ain't never had a man just respect that type of direct action. It gave like Nigerian energy, guys. So now, he gets a drink too, the same exact one. And also, like when I was trying to sit down, he pulled the chair out for me, and the guy next to me snatched the chair. I'm looking at the guy like, the guy looking at me like, and then the guy who was talking to me got up, gave me his chair, went to my ending. You open my door one more time, Nico, chapa too. He puts the chair, he picks up his chair, puts it, let me sit in it, and then he gets another chair, and he doesn't even care like that those guys was getting mad that I was, he was trying to talk to me or whatever. So then Olivia was like, we gotta go. And I was like, all right. I was like, well, I gotta go. He was like, where y'all going? And I was like, I don't know, to the hotel somewhere. He said, all right, I'm gonna take you. And he was like, wait a minute. This is the worst story time ever. And I know it. I'm sorry. Just ask your questions in the comments. ¿Tú quieres?
No.
What do you want?
Rice.
I told you to do what? Okay, then. So then I'm like, it bothers me when he does that because it's like, come on, you need to finish what I first bought you, number one. Then, and they tell us to have kids. Well, I know they finish, me try and enjoy. So now, also when I got the drink the first time, the guy was coming to bring me the bill. I said, over there. And he was like, I was like, guys, the guy is an engineer. He builds homes, massive homes. He built his home. He does commercial stuff. And like, he just, well, I could just tell that man has some money. Okay. And I'm over here at they missing out on YouTube. I'm over here at the table facing the lakeside so no one could see me cry because I'm being dumped and my car is gone. Guys, this is a bad story time. Because while I was there with all these fine men, my head was discombobulated with the fact that my other guy is dumping me. This other guy that stole my car. I'm sitting here, don't know what's going on. I'm under severe pressure, but I'm looking at this lake and it is just like, let me take this in. I am here in Kisumu. I'm vibing. Like I gotta get drink number 2, please. You understand? It got better. And it just was like, it felt so good to be around like quality men. Nairobi does not have quality men. Even the Luos here are not like the Kisumu people. Let me tell you something. Book that girl trip to Kisumu and don't be like me and go with your ex and don't bring your makeup or your wigs, okay? Because I was in there looking crazy. I didn't even have a ponytail, child. Not even a ponytail. How you not gonna have a ponytail and you got short curly ass hair? Now, I'm in there and the next day we have to check out or whatever. And surely he is nowhere to be found. The only thing we did get that was a lead as to where he was while we were at that club outside, he called from a number and said, where are you at? And then Olivia's like, who is this? Remember, I'm still blocked. Where are you at? Who is this? And you would wonder, how was he able to get Olivia's number on a different phone if his phone was messed up? Because that was the whole thing he alleged, was his phone was messed up. But you don't know Olivia's number by heart. You just got that number the other day. So that number hangs up and he's like, this is Luke. And he hangs up and that's it. And I'm like, what do you say? Is he going to pick us up? Is he going to bring the car back? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And Olivia tries to call back and the number says, doo-doo-doo. This phone was borrowed by somebody on the side of the road. I do not know the person who borrowed the phone. Doo-doo. So we're trying to figure out, like, why does that make any sense? Like, why would he be borrowing phones on the side of the road? So we spent the whole entire time trying to like strategize about like who really is this person. And I figured out who it was. And I said, I know who that is. That's one of his family members who does not like me. Olivia, it's 10 a.m. in the morning the next day. And we have to check out. We don't have a car, a location, a destination. We don't know where we at. We don't know what we're doing. And we got 2 kids and a dog. Okay? And Olivia had to call that number back and beg. Like, please, please, somebody, please help, have mercy upon our soul. Imagine begging a man to have mercy upon your soul. And it's your car. She begged, she begged, she begged. And when I was trying to talk to him, he would click up. He says, if Charity is around you, I am not helping you. I'm not helping her. I don't know why this man vehemently hates me, but he gives us a number to contact the guy. And we call the number and he answers the phone and he's like, yeah. And it's like, she's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing all of this stuff? And he's just like, I don't know what they're talking about on the phone. And then she's like, you need to, like, why are you doing this? Like, you know, we need to go, like, what's going on? Now, the family member who gave us the contact for him told him not to go with the car and to return the car, or at least hire a driver to drive the car back to us. Now, when I say hire a driver to drive the car back to us, you would think we were all in the same county. You would think we were all in proximity. No. After we got that phone call last night that said doo-doo, He done took the car and drove it to Busia. To Busia, where he comes from. He took my car and drove it to his family's land. This is where I told you to remember who Sharon is, because she will play a very important role in all of this. I think we should stop it here because we're already at 25 minutes. Guys, I'm just gonna have to show you the final look. So as you can see, the blending looks pretty good. Now I can just pick my outfit. I promise you I'll show you at the end of this video the final look. I hope you go to TikTok and catch up with this story time, or I might just do a whole new one for just YouTube. But guys, we are headed out tonight, and I'm excited because clock it. Oh, and if you want to see Kisumu content, guys, I wasn't even in vlogging mode, so I couldn't even like think like that, but I did get a couple of shots. Please go to TikTok and see them. Kisumu will change your perspective of Kenya. Kisumu will change your perspective of Kenya. And literally people would always say Kisumu is like Nairobi, but no, 10 times better. And the weather is better. Oh, and I forgot the men.